I'm Kevin Sather, Director of Product Marketing at Razer, and today we're looking at Project Linda. It's basically our concept device we're showing off this year, which takes the power of our Razer Phone, which we launched last November, and basically adapts that into a laptop form factor, giving you the benefit of a built-in backlit keyboard as well as a larger display. So what you see with this right now is a 13.3-inch display, and what you see on the screen is running a Sentio desktop. It's an application that we customized with them to give you a little bit of a different user interface within the Android environment. So this is running purely off the phone. There's no processing or computing power in the laptop portion of it. It's just a dock for the phone. Inside the laptop, we do have some stuff in there, such as a battery. It acts as a power bank, charges the phone while it's docked in there. We also have some internal storage, so if you want to do an offline backup of the phone, or if you want to offload apps or data that you don't need on the mobile device while you're undocked, then you can do that as well. It's based off our Razer Blade Stealth chassis, so it's the same X and Y dimensions that you have. It's a little bit thicker, 0.05 inches, so it's 0.59 inches total thickness. And then obviously we had to shift the keyboard up to make room for the Razer Phone. Some other things we did to the keyboard is we switched some of the buttons around. So we've got our Android navigation buttons on the top left. We've got a search button and an all apps button on the bottom left. Voice search over here. We've got a screen capture button, and then we have an undock button. And this is how you engage and disengage the phone. So when we press this button, the phone's going to release. We can then take the phone out of the notebook. There's a nice soft surface in here so you don't get too much metal on metal. And what's happening behind the scenes is there's a mechanized USB-C connector that slides into the phone. And then it retracts. So it's a simple yet elegant solution. Allows us to have a really flush form factor with it. Put it back in, it reconnects. It'll sense that it's docked back in. It'll relaunch into that Sentio desktop UI that we were looking at a moment ago. And you're back up and running. We wanted to make sure users didn't lose any functionality of the phone when it was docked also. So we put in a webcam and a dual array microphone, so if you're doing voice or video communication, you're not having to rely on the camera that's positioned awkwardly down here that would be pointed up your nose. We also wanted to make sure we added additional I/O. On the left side we've got USB-C for power as well as 3.5mm for audio. On the right hand side we've got a USB Type A to connect to peripheral devices or external storage. We don't have any pricing or timing on this right now. It's just a concept phase. We got it to the point where we wanted to show it off and start getting feedback from the community at large. What do they think about this device? How would they see themselves using it? What features would it need to have? The vision we have for this concept, obviously taking full advantage of the Razer Phone. In its most basic format, using it as a touchpad to navigate through the operating system, the Android operating system. What we really envision doing though, and is not represented in this prototype at the moment, is lighting up both screens and doing independent tasks on them, or using them in conjunction. For example, having Lightroom on the main screen, instead of taking up a third of your screen with toolbars and such, put those on the bottom screen and have your image taking up the full screen on the larger screen. Or for example, if you were playing a game, you could have a mini map or an inventory or a chat room or even maybe a YouTube tutorial walking you through a level on the mini screen. So lots of versatility when you're able to light up both displays and interact with both displays. So we'd want to make both of them touch, obviously, as well. And that's really the concept with Project Linda, is really expanding the usability of our Razer Phone, giving people some things that it was lacking, such as a physical keyboard or a 13-inch display, and then adding some nice features like the built-in power bank to charge it up while you're using it, and some additional storage options as well.
Okay, so talk about the phone's available now, so talk about that, and then say when you predict Linda will be out for market.
So the Razer Phone is available now, it's $699, and the Project Linda concept, we don't have any pricing or timing available on that right now. We're really just at the stage of getting feedback. We'll keep iterating on it, get it to a point where it might make sense as a viable consumer release.